Today we're checking out a spot that no one is talking about, serving up very unique breakfast dishes here at Walt Disney World. Come with me to have breakfast at Trattoria al Forno. Hello from a very rainy and gloomy day here at Disney's Boardwalk Resort. Trattoria al Forno is the place to be for delicious Italian food on Walt Disney World property. The dinner here is fantastic, but you've probably never heard anyone talk about the breakfast. Just the other day, I took a look over the menu and knew that I had to come check it out. From the looks of it, it seems to be the perfect place to come have breakfast before a day in Epcot, and the best part is that you could almost always find a reservation here. And while I can't wait for breakfast, there is one thing I want to do before we head inside. Over here at the Boardwalk Deli, I've been seeing some things about like a little rolled croissant treat. I hear they sell out some days, and some days they don't even have it. And I have never gotten up early enough and come over to the Boardwalk early enough to actually get my hands on one. So before we head into Trattoria, I figured this was the perfect time, probably the only time, for me to try and get this. All right, enter here, the moment of truth. I hope to see it in this display case. I see all the breakfast sandwiches and all the pastries. Uh-oh, I don't see it. Maybe they got rid of it. Maybe they got rid of it. I think we're out of luck, guys. Okay, so I didn't see it in the display case. I ended up asking one of the cast members working in there what happened to it, and she let me know that it's a seasonal item, so they kind of like bring it back and take it away as they please, which is kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to get it. It's kind of like a viral thing. I think they have like a bakery in New York City that makes them. I'll put a photo right here of what they look like, but don't they just look so good? It's like a very interesting take on a croissant, like filled with a bunch of stuff. It looks really good. I made my friend Juliet come over to the Boardwalk Deli and get it when she was staying at the Boardwalk Resort, and I know she loved it. So one of these days I'm gonna get my hands on it. But I did get something. I asked a cast member what her favorite breakfast pastry was, and she let me know it was the New Jersey crumb cake. As you guys know, I am from New Jersey, and I have had a good crumb cake or two in my day, and this one looks pretty good and pretty spot on with the ones I get back at home. And also, this is a pretty large piece of crumb cake for, I believe it was under like $5, so it looks good. Let's try it out. And it is really good. The cake is nice and moist and buttery. The crumbs on top have that really good cinnamon brown sugar flavor. Honestly, it's a delicious piece of crumb cake. If you're just looking for something quick, something like to go, something smaller, come get yourself a piece of this crumb cake. It is really good. I would totally get this again. Is it as good as my favorite bakery back home, the Caro's in Clark, New Jersey? Not sure about that one, but it's definitely a really good crumb cake. Like I said, if you're staying here and looking for something quick, come over here and grab this. They also had breakfast sandwiches, like bagel sandwiches, like bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese on bagels. I will say those didn't look too good. They were kind of just sitting in a warmer. So I probably wouldn't get them, but the pastries is what I would stick to at the Boardwalk Deli. But if you're looking for something a little fancier, a sit-down meal, you're gonna wanna head over to Trattoria, which we're gonna go over to now. One of the main reasons I'm really excited to dine here today, not only, like I said, the menu looks amazing, I came to this restaurant multiple times pre-COVID and loved my meal every time. This actually used to be a character dining meal, which I'm not sure that many people know about, but it used to be Ariel, Prince Eric, Rapunzel, and Flynn coming around to each table. So it was like very unique characters. I don't think you can meet Prince Eric or Flynn anywhere in the parks like on a regular basis. So having them here at Trattoria was really cool. And not only were the characters great, but the food was always so good. I remember they started you off with like this pastry basket with like Rapunzel themed pastries. I remember the iced coffee being actually the best I've ever had at Disney World. And I really loved the steak and eggs when I got it. So it used to be really good. I'm assuming it's still going to be just as good. And another thing that I forgot about until I just sat down is that they actually used to have a room where you didn't have to do character dining. It was kind of like one room was a la carte. It was like the room in the back, and then one room was the character dining, which I wish more restaurants would kind of bring back. Because, I love Topolino's, not for the characters, for the food. I wish I could just go to Topolino's and just order the entrees and order like the pastry basket without having to pay all the extra money and meet the characters every time. If that was a thing, I'd go there way too often. But yeah, that was another really great thing about this restaurant. But the food The food pretty much looks the same as it did pre-COVID. Let me show you. Here is the menu, and you'll see there's actually a bunch of stuff. I feel like Disney World has been like condensing their menus recently to only have like 8 things on the menu or something. And no, here at Trattoria, there are so many options for breakfast. You've got steak and eggs, you've got a breakfast pizza, pancakes, tiramisu, bread pudding is a must. They have a caprese omelet al forno eggs, which is almost like a shakshuka. They have eggs your way, avocado toast, a Florentine frittata, a fruit plate, all the sides, all the beverages. Yeah, I am liking the looks of this. While we're on the topic of beverages, I must tell you about this iced coffee. So I did mention that they had like the best iced coffee at Disney World previously. I hope it is still the same. Our waiter seems to tell me that it's still the same pre-COVID. And I know the peanut butter iced coffee at Gideon's is amazing. So I think this is right up there with it. This is the iced coffee. It's Trattoria al Forno's special blend of artisan coffee, cream, and sweetener served over ice for $4.75. And not only do I remember this iced coffee being really good, our server actually let us know that this is like the strongest iced coffee because they kind of blend their French press, their drip pot, and espresso all in one. It's kind of like the perfect combo for a coffee. Let's try it out. I am here dining with Phoebe today, and she heard us, me and the waiter, talk about how good the iced coffee is, so she caved and got it as well.
I had major FOMO.
She had FOMO for sure. Well, cheers. Iced coffee.
Is it the same?
It is just as good as I remembered. Now, usually I don't like iced coffees with like this much milk. You can see there's quite a bit of milk or cream mixed in here. I usually like just a drop. This, however, is an exception. It still has that strong coffee flavor while also some of that like creaminess from all of the cream in here. Oh my God, this iced coffee, I still gotta say, best iced coffee at Disney World. And while this iced coffee is really, really good as it is, I was informed that you can add a little something extra to this iced coffee to probably make it even better. You are able to add alcohol to it, so you can add Bailey's, a couple other things that he mentioned, and I imagine that will be so good. I wish they kind of like sold this so you can like walk up on your way into Epcot or come out of Epcot and get this iced coffee and then walk back in with it. Oh, I would do it all the time. But this is reason enough to come to Trattoria for breakfast. Now that we are settled with our little beverage here, I want to take a chance to let you guys know what I'll be ordering for my entree. I decided to go the double entree route. You know, I always say this, but I only like a little tiny bit of sweet with my breakfast food. So I need like a savory and then a little bite of sweet. So today here, I decided to go the double entree route. I got the tiramisu bread pudding as well as the al forno eggs. And in order to make my decision on what I was getting, I actually asked my brand new Facebook group, Main Street Foodies, if they had been here before and to share their photos of what I should get. It kind of helped me make my decision. So yes, I started a new Facebook group, Main Street Foodies, where you guys can join and actually leave your own food reviews, build a community, you know, kind of help people out with their Disney dining questions and get some ideas on where maybe you want to eat on your next trip here. So yeah, I'm going to be in the group reacting, looking at all of your reviews as well. I'd love for you all to join. I'm going to leave the link below in the description, or you can just head on Facebook, search Main Street Foodies, you'll see the group there, and you'll be able to join and leave your first review. These entrees are looking really good. Let's start off by trying the al forno eggs. These are brick oven roasted cage-free eggs, polenta, fennel sausage, spiced tomato sauce, and country bread for $15. Let's see if we could get a good yolk crack here. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Eggs cooked perfectly. If you didn't like a runny yolk, you are able to get your eggs anyway in this, like over hard or something if you'd like, but you gotta get the sunny side up when it comes to this dish. I feel I want to try and get a little bit of everything on there. Some bread, some cheese, some sausage, some egg. Building the perfect bite. Cheers. That is so good. I almost forgot that there's polenta under here. It works really well with all the tomato sauce and all of kind of like the pizza toppings. I love that sausage in here. The Italian crumbled sausage is so good. Obviously, Trattoria's tomato sauce is amazing. Honestly, this might be one of the best breakfast entrees you could get at Disney World. Phoebe was admiring my perfect bite here, and I gotta agree, this bite does look perfect. I just love the flavor of that Italian sausage. I do wish they used like hot Italian sausage. It's definitely mild, but you still get that really good sausage flavor in there with all the tomato. Oh my God, perfect bite. Another really good component to this dish is the bread that they're serving it with. I believe they're cooking this bread fresh in the ovens back there. It's very similar to the bread that you get when you come for dinner. And it is toasted to perfection. Perfect complement to this amazing, amazing dish. To follow up our savory dish, we need to try the tiramisu bread pudding. This has mascarpone cream and espresso drizzle, served with a choice of bacon or sausage for $17. And we definitely started off really, really hot, so I hope this tiramisu bread pudding can like keep the level up. I was just informed that they did make some changes to this tiramisu bread pudding. In the last couple of weeks, it used to be made with brioche, and now it's made with chocolate croissants. Are you kidding me? How good does that sound? As soon as I was informed of that, it had to be done. I had to get this tiramisu bread pudding, and it looks really good too. And moment of appreciation for this big old pile of bacon on my plate. They definitely did not skip out on the bacon that comes on the side here, and it looks extra crispy too. Let's see if we can get a little ASMR crunch action. Ready? That is just how I like my bacon cooked. Extra, extra crispy. I can just smell that buttery chocolate croissant. It smells so good. Let's try it out.
About to try the tiramisu bread pudding.
I'm not getting much tiramisu. The bread pudding itself is fantastic, but I'm just not getting that much tiramisu. There is like a little cream on top, so I want to get another bite with some of that cream. Maybe it'll give me that like tiramisu flavor a little bit more. All right, second bite.
I do remember I had pineapple.
There we go. Once you get to the middle more, you get more of that espresso flavor, and with that cream on top, that is really, really good too. Not like over the top in a very, very strong coffee flavor sense. So if you don't like coffee, you might still enjoy this, but man, that's really good. The bread pudding itself is like super, super moist. You get all that chocolate croissant in there. I will definitely say, I think the chocolate croissant in there is like kind of making this. So I'm glad they changed it from the brioche to the chocolate croissant. If you're a sweets person, get this.
Okay, so I got the steak and eggs, and it comes with breakfast potatoes, an egg, your way, which I feel like all of the entrees here, you can get an egg whichever way you'd like if it's on a part of your entree. Comes with fried onions too, and then the steak, however you'd like it cooked. So I got it medium. This is a really good dish. However, it does say that there's a hollandaise sauce that comes with it on the menu. I don't see any hollandaise. There was a little bit of liquid at the bottom, but I think it's just from my yolk. And so I think the hollandaise would have really made a difference as well. I should have asked for it, but I kept forgetting to because you could have used it for the steak and potatoes. Steak, really flavorful, was a little past medium, which is how I asked it to be cooked. I love this one, and I was sold on it, and I was like, I'll get this every time I come. But I tried Kristen's Al Forno eggs. I want to cry. Like, I had to go in the bathroom and cry for a second. It was so good.
Wash all these dishes down with the iced coffee. Do you watch Dakota on TikTok? Print Fairy? I think that's his name on TikTok. Him and Jackson. Yeah, they're like, I'm going to wash it down with a Dr. Pepper. I love their videos, but yeah, that's where I got that from. Phoebe's laughing at me.
Beverage from?
Mm-mm.
You came
Beverage
up with
was my own doing.
Have you copyrighted that yet?
No.
I'm gonna
One of
start
these
saying it in my
days, I'll
videos.
tell you the story of the beverage. One of these days. Well, I gotta say, we just finished our breakfast, and I am already looking forward to my next trip back. This is gonna become one of my go-to breakfast places here at Disney World. Find me here all the time because this was so good. Like I said, it's so easy to find a reservation here, and you can tell that everything is like scratch made. Our server was kind of talking to us and letting us know how they make some of the things. They use the pizza oven to make a lot of the things, including those Al Forno eggs. I feel like that's what gives it that really good flavor. If they brought some bottomless mimosas here, I would be here legit every single Sunday. So yeah, this was great, and I highly recommend you guys check it out for yourself. Before we head out, I also want to talk to you guys about the dinner here at Trattoria. It is one of the restaurants that I come to for dinner the most out of every restaurant at Disney World. It's probably between here and the Boathouse, 2 restaurants I go to the most, but their dinner here is so good. It is literally like one of the only places I will eat Italian food at Disney World and enjoy it. Via Napoli, not for me. Trattoria, really good. Check it out for breakfast or dinner because both are really good. Well, now that my belly is full, I think I'm gonna head on over to Epcot. One of my friends from back home is in town hanging out in Epcot, so I told her I'd meet her over for maybe a little beverage or something. And yeah, we're gonna hang out. I also hear that the crowds here at Disney World right now aren't that crazy, which is shocking because it's like spring break. I hear the parks aren't that busy though, so we'll go check that out, maybe go grab a beverage, and yeah, hang out with my friend. And where would I be to get a little beverage other than La Cava del Tequila? And I was talking about how it might not be that busy, and I think the best way to show you guys that is the line at La Cava isn't even full. Usually it's like going up the ramp by now, but today we've got nothing, so we're gonna hop in line. We should have a short wait until we get a little marg. Usually when I come into La Cava, I know exactly what I'm getting. It's usually gonna be the cucumber margarita or the ranch water here, but I saw something new on the menu that I've never seen before, and I'm glad I came in and decided to open up the menu because it sounds really good. So we have the Crystal Inferno, the Old Fashioned, the Oaxaca Mule, all the drinks, and then this right here, the La Chica de Humo. I'm definitely saying that completely wrong, but it sounds really good, so I think I'm gonna try it out. I was definitely not ready for that presentation, but this is the
Chica de Humo.
This has mezcal, guava puree, citrus juice, black currant liqueur, activated charcoal, and a rose petal hibiscus salt rim for $25. Cheers, guys. There are very few drinks at La Cava that I don't actually love, so I'm expecting this to be really good. Let's try it out. To no surprise, I do really enjoy that. You get a little bit of that smokiness from the mezcal, and it's definitely a sweeter margarita. Like if you're not into a strong margarita, most of the margs here at La Cava tend to be pretty strong. So if you're looking for one not on the stronger side, try this one out. It does kind of almost remind me of the Moonshine Sour from over in America. It gives off like a similar fruity vibe with that black currant and the guava. Another good one. La Cava doesn't miss. And it has the hibiscus salt rim, which you guys know is my absolute favorite. So another great marg. It is definitely on the pricier side at $25, so I'm not sure if I'll be getting this one every time, but I'm glad I was able to try it. So I'm here with my friend Chelsea. This is her first time ever being on camera, and she's very nervous for this, but I'm going to give her the mic, and she's going to let us know what she thinks of her marg that she got.
I got the blood orange margarita. It not too sweet. I expected it to be a little sweeter, which I appreciate that it's a little more tart. I would definitely get this again. And I also tried the cucumber margarita, which I loved even more than this one.
Well, that ended up being a great little impromptu day, starting at the Boardwalk Deli with that crumb cake, and then of course to Trattoria al Forno for that amazing breakfast that I can't wait to go back to, and then into Epcot for a quick little marg. And of course, we couldn't have asked for better weather. Nice little breeze, a little overcast so it's not too sunny and hot, and the parks, like I showed you, super empty. It's crazy how it's spring break and where is everyone? You know it's not a busy day in the park when the line at La Cava is that short. I'm hoping these low crowds and this cooler weather sticks around for a while. It's really nice being able to go into the parks, not sweat, and not have to deal with that many crowds. And before I head out, I of course want to thank my Patreon subscribers, Angela, Ashley, Barbara, the Calcanes family, Catherine, Lindsay, Misty, Shelby, Adam and Jen, Anne, Brittany, Karis, Chelsea, Carol, Daniela, Marcel, Dante, Dustin and Nancy, Emily, Ethan, John Paul, Christina, Leah, Tori, Lisa, the Martell family, Michael Pickle, the Latham Thomas family, Tracy, Wayne, Jermaine, Eric, the Weaver family, Jen and Gary, Stephen, Andrea, Jessica, and the Leibowitz family. And as always, thank you so much to all of you for watching this video. If you want to stay connected with me a little bit more, remember I just made that brand new Facebook group called the Main Street Foodies. Go head over to Facebook, just type in Main Street Foodies, or again, link in the description below, so you guys could join and leave your own Disney food reviews for me to see. And also, if you need help with your Disney dining plans while you're coming on vacation, check it out for that as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.